Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually sat down for once instead of up on the move eating banana ice cream. My most requested video, and pretty much the only video I get requested to film, is the kidnapping story I mentioned in my Q&A. Here I am, ready to tell the story. Pretty much on all of my videos I get asked, have you been kidnapped? Give me, like, I feel like you've been kidnapped, blah 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 blah. And I haven't actually ever been kidnapped, but I do have a story about a time I nearly got kidnapped. It's just not going to be anywhere near as exciting as you probably think. But yeah, we're just going to get straight into the video. Let's go! So, I can't remember how old I was. I think I was in year 9. I think I was probably about 14 or 15. In the UK, well, at least where I lived, we had school buses. The buses have like allocated bus stops to like the kids' houses. Some people got picked up outside their house, but mine was like a 5-minute walk maybe. I had a friend who literally lived round the corner, about a 2-minute walk around the corner, and she got picked up outside her house. I used to walk that extra few moments to wait at her bus stop, if that makes sense. Because I had a bit of a walk, I would not really be ever on time. I would probably be a bit early just because I've got to walk, I don't want to miss the bus. If I was early, this is going to sound really weird, and I don't know why I did this, but even though I was quite good friends with her, I would wait on the other side of the road. So like her house was here and her drive and the bus stop was on this side of the road, and then there's a road, and then there's this side of the road which is a hedge, and I used to wait on the hedge side of the road because I didn't want to stand on her drive without her there because I felt rude. I have no idea why, but that's what I did. One Wednesday, I believe it was, I was standing on the bush side of the road, and in the UK that is the side of the road where the steering wheel of the cars are.
It is really hard to explain, but I hope you're following along.
Anyway, I was standing on the bush side of the road and I saw a car coming. That's not unusual. I live in the UK, there is a lot of cars around. I was just standing there really innocently and this car starts to slow down. I was thinking, he's probably asking for directions. And no, the car just slowly drove past me like this. And then he slowly wound down his window. And I was like, hi. But I didn't actually say hi, I was just standing there like. Anyway, yeah, so he slowly winds down his window and he licks his lips. And I'm not exaggerating, he literally licked his lips. Anyway, he then drives on and I was like, the fuck just happened? So where I lived, it was like a village, but it was just in the middle of nowhere really. There was like a few houses and then just a long country lane. If he carried on down that road, he'd just go out to the big roads. But no, there is this right turn, which he took, that takes you back around to where you just came from. And I saw him take this turn and I was thinking, fuck. I hesitated, but I actually crossed the road and I hid on my friend's drive. The car didn't come back, I didn't see it again. Anyway, that was really weird and I didn't really think of it. I probably told a few of my friends, but I didn't really think about it. It was just weird, and weird things happen to me all the time. So it's the following week, on the same day, as I said, at this point my bulb literally flickers, so I'm guessing that's a ghost, but I could be wrong. Wait, did I mention the fact it was a taxi? It wasn't just any car, it was a taxi. And at this point, this taxi brand had a lot of stick towards it. Usually when I walk to my bus stop, there's a few lads that used to walk. They used to all kind of walk at the same time. Usually I have kind of like backup, but not this time. The day this incident occurred, I was by myself. I think me and my friend had decided to meet a little bit earlier at her bus stop. So I was walking a little bit earlier, and it's like a T-junction, but it's not like a main road T-junction, it's just a countryside T-junction, if that makes sense. So I was walking and I look up and the dude, the same taxi, the dude, the same man, he had a bald head and I just knew it was him. Same car, same man, was parked at the end of my T-junction. And I was like, well, fuck. I was actually really scared, like really scared. I didn't want to turn back around and run because he was in a car and I was fat, so I knew I probably wouldn't have won that one. I carried on walking towards the T-junction, towards the man. My heart was racing through my chest. If it was me making the decision now, I would have turned back. Got to the end and I was like, are you gonna kidnap me? And he was just in his car, so I was like, right, it's time to turn. He was here and I turned this way. And the car starts. And I was like, anyway, I was walking really slowly and this dude was just driving so slowly behind me. Like, it was so obvious he was trying to intimidate me or be weird. I have no explanation. This is all I'm telling you. I am so grateful for this woman. This lady, she used to do the morning papers or whatever, came round the corner. It kind of made me feel a little less scared. But as soon as this lady, as soon as I spotted her, this man just zoomed off. Like, he actually went pretty fast. And then I literally walked so fast to my friends. That was really weird. I told my mum. I think after that I just walked to my own bus stop with all the lads around my neighbourhood. Fast forward to the next Wednesday. At this point, me and my friend kind of knew this guy was gonna come again because he always came on a Wednesday, and I didn't walk alone. I walked with all the people that were in my neighbourhood. I walked there, I was fine. I was on the phone to her. I felt like I was in the movie Taken. I was on the phone when he came past and I was literally like, it was out of the movie. It was crazy. I was like,
he's coming.
And I obviously don't know the rest of this story. I wasn't actually there. But basically, the taxi carried on and it actually stops at my friend's house. And so she runs around the back of the house. She got someone from around the back. He comes out to this dude who was actually out of his car apparently. Like, he had his door open and he was like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm looking for directions. I haven't been around here before. That's really weird because he's been here for the last 2 weeks and I never actually saw that guy again. It was like assembly and everyone's gathering around. Before assembly actually started, one of the teachers was just walking around and I, for some reason, got in a conversation with him. And I told him my story time because I thought it was a really interesting story and I have a habit of boring people with my interesting stories. So I was telling my teacher this story, thinking nothing of it. Later that day, a teacher comes into my art class, not the same teacher I told the story, a different teacher, and was like, can I borrow Alicia a second? Can Alicia come to pastoral? I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I had quite a few detentions and like PE detentions and things like that. But when people come to a class to pull you out of the class, like, that is scary. That teacher had to go to pastoral and tell the story because it's like kids in danger, you know, like they have to say, they can't keep it to themselves. Do you know that there is like that rule in school, and I know that now, but at the time I was like. So pastoral basically said if my parents weren't gonna inform the police that they would actually have to. And I just said, oh, I think my mum was already getting in contact with the police. She wasn't, but I just thought this had been blown out of proportion a bit. That evening, or maybe like an evening after, my mum did actually call the police, and I think it was the same evening or the evening after, I had a knock on the door. My mum was like, oh, well, it's Alicia, it's the police, you're gonna have to come downstairs. And I was like, okay. I remember I had my pyjamas on inside out, and I remember sitting in my living room looking down thinking, oh my god, my pyjamas are inside out. I was really embarrassed, but I don't think they cared. And I remember they just had a notepad taking down all the notes, and yeah, I think they basically had someone undercover the following Wednesday around the area, but we didn't see that guy again. I know for a fact some of you are probably going to be really disappointed in this story, and I'm really sorry that I didn't actually get kidnapped. I'm not sorry I didn't get kidnapped, actually. That would be quite horrific. A few of you guys asked for this story time, so I thought I would tell it. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. I hate saying goodbye, but goodbye.